a professional skater, but there is no room to practice, not even in the nearby road, because of the huge depression that is gradually isolating the village.
I'm very saddened, extremely saddened by this visit here to Fabian Road. And there are at least 10, maybe 12 families who are affected here. Their houses are about to collapse. I'm leaving here this afternoon with a very heavy heart, very fearful that the children who are standing around me could lose their lives if during the night something happens to any one of these homes. You have seen from the pictures the cracks, the wide cracks in the homes. A house here has moved something like 50 feet and slid down the hill, and every single house is leaning. And it is my duty now to contact the Minister responsible for housing and also the Chief Executive Officer of the HDC, Ms. Jillian John, to, as quickly as possible, create an intervention that first has the consideration of safety and security of the children, and especially the elderly members of the community. I'm promising the residents that I'm going to work very hard at this, extremely hard at this. I don't give up easily, and I want to tell you that I deeply sympathize with your situation here. I know that my words are not enough to give you comfort. Only action will bring comfort to you, and results will bring comfort to you. But the fact that I'm here, I want you to know it is out of really deep concern, and for you as my constituents, but beyond that, for you as fellow human beings who are faced with a very, very difficult situation.
The following day, Dr. Rambachan would invite HDC officials to assess the problem and offer solutions. HDC Managing Director Jillian John and her technical officers came within 12 hours of the MP's call.
And how many of you are living here?
17.
17?
Yeah, I have three families, like my daughters, and I have 2 daughters.
Well, what we've seen is really you could. Last night I saw a little bit of it on television, but coming and viewing for ourselves, you could not have gotten an appreciation of how bad this thing is. These houses are broken, and the people are now at risk, especially little children, because anything can crawl in there, snakes and scorpions and so on. It's a mess. The houses are literally uninhabitable, that is. So that's why our social, from what we call the social department is here. Sangeeta Singh is here from the health and safety. We have Ms. Pepita Naran Singh. We working with one of our attorneys one time, you know, we come fully loaded. You know, the head of settlements is here. So we came with a full team because having seen what I saw on television, I told myself that we would have needed to bring some immediate relief to the folks. We are going to return to our office. Once they have completed the social survey, we will go back and take some speedy decisions. Our team will be back here tomorrow, all right, to meet with the community again and to tell them what we can do for them, because certainly they need some assistance.
But what is your layperson's view of the problem itself?
Well, because we're in the business of building houses, particularly in San Fernando, they have this soil they call Tabaquite, I think. And many times we do these geotechnical surveys, and you have to pile deep because the water table sometimes is very high. You know, the claims they are making, I don't know. One has to see a soil test, etc. But it has to be something to do with the soil, with water, etc. Because the houses are just breaking up in multiple places, right? And they cannot be salvaged. It's not something that you can go and kind of effect any repair on these houses. These things have to be demolished, right? They're uninhabitable as it is now. So my concern really is for the little children. They have a lot of little children down there, and they really need us to do something now.
Well, firstly, let me thank Minister Munilal. From the time I spoke to him, he was very responsive, and then within, I would say, 12 hours, Jillian John got in touch with me, and we decided that we're going to come here today, and you know, that is the measure of Jillian John. She gets the job done, and I am very happy that she has seen firsthand what is amiss here. I myself, as I said yesterday, you know, I slept rather uneasily on Saturday night because of what I saw in terms of how the houses were collapsing inside, and the number of little children. So that, you know, I'm very pleased with the response of the HDC and the speed with which I know something is going to be done in this particular case. And Jillian, thank you.
Yes, sir, it's my pleasure. I mean, that is what we are there for as the HDC.
3 weeks later, Ms. John and Dr. Rambachan are handing over keys to the newest bunch of homeowners in a ceremony that offers them a fresh start. Kelvin Hippolyte, who acted as a lead resident in the relocation plan, was almost moved to tears when he spoke at the event.
I want to say thank you. Thank you very much, because in my community was very bad. People houses were in a very deplorable condition. Houses on the verge of collapsing. And my daughter was birdside break from kitchen straight to drawing room. You understand? They had to be staying by me for the time being until we come and we get this assistance here. And I want to say, quick assistance. Real quick response. Yeah. I want to say thanks. I want to say thanks to Mr. Rambachan for the effort, the quick response, the effort that he put in order, as ministry to ministry, contact Ms. Jolin John and her team, and they came down, and we get speedy response. I ain't coming to pay them those yet. But the partnership, at least they help me. They help the people and they show that they care.
Actually, I didn't get one vote in your area.
His son, Kelvin Jr., came with his entire family to receive his keys, thankful that Minister Rambachan and his colleagues acted so swiftly in what he calls a life and death situation that represents a whole new governance philosophy.
It's surprising to see that it's years now that I live in Tabaquite, and it's been about 10 elections past. And so far, Mr. Rambachan and this party is the only people who ever come up and actually gave us something. Because it doesn't matter who you vote for, as he said. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It's all about people. You understand? And I appreciate everything. I really appreciate this, because this is our chance. You understand? And people say youths, they want to do nothing positive. But we decide to come through my father and through everybody around. We sit down and we talk. Because it's a peaceful village. Everybody always sitting down and talking. You understand? And my father come from the roots. So he's a man could come outside and he could talk to people. And we like how Mr. Rambachan deal with us. He deals with us straight. And what we need now is the politics and the politicians and them to come out straight with people. Don't run us around, please. Trinidad and Tobago, we need some kind of governance. And this is what we call quality governance. You understand? Even though we didn't get it, we get it. We like how the minister come out and give us a quick response, yes or no. I like that. I appreciate that.
And for Camille Otley, it might be a double header, as the new house may also welcome soon a brand new bride and groom.
Great to be our first time home owner, and maybe hopefully marriage after.
Soon. That anyway. For sure.
But it's good that, I mean, the timing that the minister and them would have taken to organize everybody was well done. So we want to thank Mr. Rambachan and Jillian John and Mr. Mulilal and all of them for good work done. Well done.
Admittedly, the new accommodation is not an elaborate mansion, but it represents what the HDC Managing Director says is a new beginning and an opportunity for the new homeowners to inculcate a stronger sense of community spiritedness.
You know, we have to be kind and we have to live by the principle of doing unto others. Don't go down there and cuss out with your neighbor every other day. And then come to HDC and say, well, you know, my neighbor next door, not nice, they was quarreling with me, this and that. Jillian John solved my problem. The J in my name is for Jilly, not for Jesus. All right? So you have to learn to live with your fellow men. That same community spirit that brought you here. You see how today everybody happy and nice, and you know it was a togetherness that brought you here, that somebody in the neighborhood decided to advocate for your case. And then you had a member of parliament who it rests heavily upon his heart, you know, to have come and advocated for you tirelessly to ensure we got this outcome. Remember all the steps that it took to get you here. Don't forget the good feeling tomorrow and go and start. You're putting out your garbage, you're not putting it in bags. You know, you have to be civic-minded. You know, you have bad dogs, your yard not fenced. You know pit bull does eat little children like this little boy. Try not to love pit bull. If you have to love a pet, have a little pumpet so he too can play with it. You know, and all of these things, you know what it is. You know, you clean your yard. Don't say that, you know, I ain't cutting the bush in front of my yard. HDC come and cut the bush because snake go eat my children. Yes, it's your children you go eat. You know, so, you know, be civic-minded, because when you cut the grass in front of your yard, you teach your children to be mindful of the environment, to be clean, to be organized, and to be disciplined. All right, so basically we are very, very pleased. I am always very happy when we hand out a key, because as we say at the HEC, it's like a key to your dreams. It's what you make of it. You understand? It's up to you now to make this house. We can only give you a house, but you have to make it a home, and collectively you have to make it the best community. All right, so again, I thank you so much.
The speed with which the matter was handled speaks to the mantra of the partnership government and, in particular, the mission of the Prime Minister in service to the people.
Like one of the persons said this morning when he received his keys, the People's Partnership Government has done something, and that they are closing the gap between what they promise and what they deliver. And in fact, I would say that what we have done here this morning is to fulfill a promise and to deliver on a promise. I went out there with Ms. Jillian John and we promised the people that we were going to do something about their situation. Perhaps it's historic that within 21 days this event has taken place here today. That level of speed and responsiveness, I don't think you have ever seen in any administration in the past. But what it represents is the new philosophy of service of the government of Trinidad and Tobago. People have been claiming that the People's Partnership is not doing things as fast as they could. But I think this here demonstrates that we are doing things, we are delivering. There are so many basic needs that need to be taken care of. So people may not be seeing the big buildings like you have seen in Port of Spain at the waterfront, but we are comforting the hearts of people. We are bringing relief and joy to children who now have a nice place to go to and a proper place to sleep, where they would not have to be walking on a floor where there are crevices or cracks that are very wide that came about as a result of moving land. This is that satisfies me, and this is what makes me very happy this morning as a Member of Parliament.
By this act of rescue, not only is the government fulfilling the promise, but it's providing a space for young Jaden Elliott to practice his sport and one day become that master skater he wants to be.
My name is Jaden Elliott, master skater.
Thank you, Dr. Rambachan. God bless you.